Okay, where are these buildings right here?
Okay, so all these big buildings are the rotundas,
Uh-huh.
which are places on the lawn for the most esteemed faculty or deans. The big wigs in the school get to live on a rotational basis every 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you have to apply and it's an honor, and then after 4 years you have to move out so another person can
The
get the chance to
professors
live
in those
there.
big buildings
Yeah.
there?
So they actually have a basement floor too, so they're big 3-story buildings, and the houses are furnished with UVA's library collection of paintings and furniture.
Mm-hmm.
So they have to have all this historic furniture and paintings and like really nice stuff inside the actual rotundas.
Those little small rooms?
Those little smaller rooms are for like honored students. So like the top like 400 students have to apply their senior year to get to live in them. However, they're really small. They're not air conditioned, most of them, and none of them have running water. So you have to go to like this outhouse behind the actual building structures, like in between the gardens, behind the rotundas and actual buildings. So it's not really a nice place to live. It's just very prestigious. So like anybody who was anybody at UVA got to live in.
Edgar Allan Poe and Jefferson.
Exactly. They all lived on the lawn. So it's like a really prestigious like thing to be selected to live on the lawn.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Edgar Allan Poe.
So this is the rotunda here?
Uh-huh. Oh no, this is the rotunda. So this is like the main iconic building structure.
And what is that building down there?
That is another library. So
Uh-huh.
it's like their like main library, and it's also their like environmental science department.
Cool.
Out of UVA
Uh-huh.
is in this room, because this is like where like all the scholars meet. This is like the prestigious place to hold your ceremonies and like go through dissertation defense or whatever. Wait, this is all rebuilt, but this is how it originally looked. They try to make it as close to the original structure as possible. And if you notice in all these cabinets, there's a lot of Hemingway work.
Uh-huh.
So where the dean that I met in the rotunda, Hemingway used to live in that rotunda as like the artist in residence at UVA. So they have like host scholars or whatever. And you can actually see a lot of the campus from these windows that really look around like the entire campus. So you can see across the lawn right here.
Uh-huh.
And then you can see to the other side, like the main like entrance to the rotunda.
Uh-huh.
And then the med school stuff, the corner, like which is like their Franklin Street on this side of the building.
You did your presentation in here?
Yeah. That's where they have a lot of like dissertation defense stuff, and where a lot of like the rite of passage stuff coming out of UVA
Uh-huh.
is held like in this building. So this is like the main grand entrance to the university with Thomas Jefferson's statue right there.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. Bonfire of the Vanities. Thomas Wolfe, I guess he went here.
Oh, did he?
I don't know. I just wonder why they would have it.
I mean, he could have been like in residence here. They have a lot of works from different time periods that are on them. But this is a pretty crazy place to be able to like present your work or have faculty meeting. History professor determined that the pavilions and the lawn actually looked more like that brownish structure
Without the whitewash.
without the whitewash. So and then the shutters are actually a lot greener. It's like a more like limey green.
Uh-huh.
So they decided to actually change the entire lawn. So all these white buildings and structures around here
So everything that's that bright white is now going to be replaced with
that brownish color and that green, and so a lot of the actual like surface colors are going to change of the entire lawn. Yep. They're going to change everything just to make it look more like the old stuff.
You know, the thing I remember most about UVA is those whitewash and the red brick. That's going to totally...
It's going to totally change it.
It'll take a while to get used to that.
Yeah. UVA's Greek system, they have orders of secret societies
Mm-hmm.
that are all competing to become more prestigious. So throughout the years, like all the recruitment's secret, but none of the organizations themselves are secret because they tag themselves all over campus. Dead ahead, you see that Z. That's for the sevens. It's a 7 and a 7 inverse.
Uh-huh.
the secret societies tag themselves all over campus. Over there, you'll see the words imp.
So they're the first graffitiists.
Yeah, so they're the first graffitiists. The UVA is really proud of it, so it's actually all around campus. Pretty much on every building you see, or when you're walking, if you look around, there's going to be some kind of tag. So that's imp and cloak and dagger tags right there.
So all these gangs in Charlotte were just the first secret society. It's just a continuation of secret societies.
Yeah. So there's a Z right there. Almost all the buildings have some form of imp or tag or cloak and dagger hidden on the floor. So if you're ever driving through UVA and look at the bridges or everything, there's just tags everywhere of these. So there's another Z right there on those steps. But pretty much everywhere you walk and look around outside of the actual central lawn, you'll be able to see these tags of one group or another. UVA banned any new tags, but they preserve all the old tags that were in place.
So these aren't new; those are something that had been put there a long time.
Been there for a long time, so they're allowed to continue to stay there.
I see.
Because they're part of like the campus, like
history. Okay.
History now. There's nothing really to talk about.
Well, no, I thought that was interesting. The fact that they have those
the balconies are connected.
Those walkways.
Yeah, just to connect the rotundas where the professors live, so they can hobnob and mingle with each other without coming down to the students' level.
Mingling with the students.
Yeah, so you can only access the balconies through the rotundas, and so all the rotundas are connected to each other through the second floor balcony.
And you're telling me that this thing is called the lawn, not the quad, because they're real particular.
Particular about their words. And this is grounds, not campus. Central grounds.